Hey everybody, Tara Green here. I want to talk about the new moon, the Libra new moon, which happened this morning, October 21st at 8:25 a.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time. I've got the chart in front of me. I'll post it after because I have enhanced all the aspects. Now, there's a number of unique things going on at this new moon. It's at 28 degrees plus Libra, so the sun and the moon are together, of course. That's what a new moon is all about. And the moon appears to disappear for 2.5 days. So it is considered to be the most feminine, the most mysterious, the most magical, interior, receptive yin energy of the entire cycle. And I was born on a new moon, so I definitely resonate to new moons. New moons are new intention settings, right? So you need to kind of clear out and release before you make your intentions on a new moon. So the new moon is also where this strange interstellar, intergalactic thing, comet, whatever you want to call it, starship, I call it the mothership, 31 Atlas, is right conjunct to the sun and the moon. So this is really powerful. So if you go out right now, I am going to go outside and do another video. If you look at the sun, 31 Atlas is behind the sun, okay? So this is like what's called a cazimi. A cazimi is when any planet, or let's say any object, is in the middle of the sun, in the heart of the sun, okay? Now 31 Atlas is moving very quickly, so it's not going to be there for very long, and there are star maps, and that's a whole other kind of video. So I'm just mainly talking about the astrology right now. Okay, so there is still those big six-pointed star configurations. That's a Merkaba. A Merkaba is a spiritual and mystical and metaphysical, a spaceship. There's a whole bunch of Jewish mysticism about the six-pointed star. The six-pointed star represents the balance of heaven and earth. So, you know, it's all symbolic, whether this comet is a real thing, whether it's a projection, whether it's a hologram. It could be anything, you know, because the scientists hardly really know anything. And, you know, when they say, we've never seen this before, it's going, yeah, this is only the third time you've gotten to see it, because we're really we've just been born in terms of, you know, like new technology, really. So the six-pointed star, Jupiter, exalted in Cancer, 24 degrees, trining Mars and Mercury, which are together at 20 degrees of Scorpio, and trining Saturn at 26 degrees of Pisces, right? And also the North Node at 17 Pisces is in there too. You would include Neptune at 0 Aries, about to re-enter Pisces tomorrow. So Neptune is leaving that 0 degree Aries, that most potent, the Big Bang degree. There's no synchronicity why this thing showed up at this time. And then there's also a big Grand Cardinal cross, okay, in the sky as well. Cardinal cross means 4 planets like this, right? Okay, so again, the Grand Cardinal cross is from the sun and the moon, opposite Chiron, the Wounded Healer, at 24 degrees, and Aries, a dwarf planet, which is Mars' sister in Greek mythology, and they are squaring also Jupiter and Cancer at 24 degrees, and widely squaring Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius. Okay, so it's not a total exact Grand Cardinal cross because Pluto is not in a cardinal sign, it's in a fixed sign, but it's aligned close enough for that to be the sacred geometry of what's called a Grand Cardinal cross. A little out of sign, you would call it. Now, so the other grand trines going on, besides the water trines of Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, and Saturn, technically, and the North Node, which is considered to be a shadow planet, is Uranus at 0 degrees of Gemini, moving retrograde, trining Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius, okay, and widely trining Venus. Venus is just moving out of that. Actually, it's a little bit too far over, but it's still in effect. Venus at 9 degrees of Libra. So that intersecting six-pointed star is really powerful, and then the Grand Cardinal cross. So there's a lot going on at this time. The sun and the moon are also conjunct a fixed star called Isar, which I'm going to talk about separately as well. Again, having Mercury and Mars together at 20 degrees of Scorpio, and in a very exact, they're having like their own little cazimi exact conjunction. So you have to pay attention when all these planets are very, very, very close together. Now, Chiron the Wounded Healer opposite the sun and the moon indicates in Aries, and Aries, the Wounded Healer, with Aries, the Disturbia goddess, She was the goddess that threw the golden apple at the three goddesses inscribed with "to the most beautiful," and they had a big fight over it. And eventually that started the Trojan War, which is one of the most tragic things in Greek mythology, right? Helen of Troy. If you've seen that movie Troy, I believe they talk about it there. Now, and then planets at 0 degrees or 1 degrees, like that's been going on for a while. Uranus at 0 degrees of Gemini will re-enter Taurus later this year. And so Neptune re-entering Pisces is also a big deal, okay? So Neptune will be sitting at 29 degree Pisces, the very last degree of the zodiac, until January 26. So this is very important because that is the last, most critical degree of the zodiac. So there's some kind of divine intelligence going on here, like why at this very pivotal last karmic 11th hour, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, with Neptune there, Neptune ruling spirituality, cosmic energy, completion, karma, the unconscious, addictions, glamour, why this mini cycle that started in 2011 is going to end now, and everybody has to do their big karmic cleanup now. Honestly, that's all I've been doing for months. Very deep, lots of more hypnosis, trance work, past life regression, clearing all my ancestors, even though I'd done a ton of work on this in the 80s when I lived in Sedona, actually, and throughout the 90s when I did my transformational psychotherapy training. It's even gone deeper, and it's even gone farther back. And in fact, I was just given a week ago information of things that happened 60 million years ago. Now that really shocked me and shocked the facilitator that I'm working with as well, because that was like, holy crap. And I'm actually going to write a big article about 3i Atlas because I'm tracking back where it was, not just on the WOW signal in 1977, which apparently aligns because, with astrology software and AI, we can track back millions of years where 3i Atlas came from. And apparently 60 million years ago, it was still in our solar system, which is how big that is. And it is traveling damn fast, okay? Now, the other thing I want to mention is Lilith. Lilith very close to Mars and Mercury at 23 degrees of Scorpio, basically opposite Uranus as well. So again, I think women have totally had it. They're totally fed up with the patriarchy. That's going to shift when Saturn and Neptune meet at that very potent 0 degrees of Aries on February 20th, 2026. Now, Saturn is the faster moving planet. Saturn will only be in Aries for the next 2.5 years, but Neptune will be in Aries for the next 14 years, along with Pluto for the next 20 years, and then Uranus will be in Gemini for the next 7 years as well. So this is 2025, an unprecedented year, I kept saying, and the Leo King I have to attribute for making this connection as well. The 4 planets changing signs in 1 year hasn't happened in over 4,000 years, okay? And there's so much fake news, because we're still in the fake news period, about Atlas being Nibiru. It's not Nibiru. Nibiru showed up 3,000 years ago. They also call that planet X. This is a very different object, right? And I believe it's beneficent. That's what I feel. That's what I've tuned into. They're here to help us. They're here to help us kind of awaken more consciously. We're not going anywhere. The ascension thing is we're not leaving the 3rd dimension. When people talk about 5D, they mean the 5th dimension is considered to be love. It is timeless. It relates to the 5th chakra, which is the throat, actually. And so, yeah, we're not going anywhere, but we're just going to wake up here, okay? And all the planets are indicating, and it's all a symbolic system anyway. If you want to really watch someone who's really, I believe, has really got her finger on it, it's Barbara Handclough, and she was just interviewed, I believe, on Heather Ensworth's channel. Barbara Handclough is an old spiritual psychic channeler from way back when. She wrote one of the earliest Pleiadian books as well. So if you want to get in touch with me and find out how all of this is affecting you, it is very powerful. We all have to work together. The whole thing is to stay in your heart. Don't buy into the fear. Don't buy into the panic. You need to get clear about having your own connection to your higher self, which is the number 5 in the tarot. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at tarottarot.com. Wishing you many blessings on the new moon in Libra.